Good afternoon, guys. I just got done working on the cop car, writing up all my paperwork and stuff like that. And there's a recall, 21E08. It's what's considered an emission recall on the Aviators and the Explorers, the hybrid systems. And basically, there's a code that can pop up in the computer. It's a U1010 code, which means the powertrain control module loses communication with the hybrid powertrain control module, or a U1012, which means the powertrain control module loses communication with the ABS module. And basically what they want you to do is they want you to go in and reprogram the PCM, but there's also other associated modules that may be out of date as well that you claim M time, and it's like MT21E08 is the labor op. Let me see here. MT21E08B, and then you claim whatever manufacturer time to update all the modules. So mine, the side obstacle module, or the battery energy control module, the air conditioning control module, the body control module, the sync system, the standard onboard something blah 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 module. There was all kinds of modules that were out of date on this thing. It was unreal. And they're saying the Explorers built between November 3rd, 18 to September 24th, 2020 are affected by this in the Chicago plant build. And then the Aviators between January 13th, 2019 and September 26th, 2020 are also a part of this, and that is the hybrid system Aviator and Explorer. Basically, you just have to go in and reprogram everything. It's a 21E08 update. But also, you may see some stuff in the computer as well, like U0100 in the BECM, or U0100 in the sync system, or the audio control module. They actually do have a TSB out for that, which is 20-2429, built on or before 21 October 2020. And it also has a reprogram, reflash thing available for the PCM as well as it's the PCM to get the BECM code out of it, basically. U0100 set in the BECM. So programming is a huge thing. 2020, a little bit before, but 2020, 2021, huge issue with programming with Ford. That's the biggest thing, the biggest concern right now that's causing the most issues with our vehicles is just programming, out-of-date programming. A lot of modules not being able to handshake and communicate, codes getting set, things that are saying, I did a 2020 Explorer 3.0 liter ST because it kept registering on the dash that coolant overtemp condition, but it wasn't actually overheating. There's some kind of faulty wiring harness down in the center of the engine block where you have to pull off the intake manifold, the coolant pass-through tube, and everything else. Then you get down to the engine harness, and you have to remove the NOx sensors and the coolant temperature sensor all as one unit without unplugging the junction at the NOx sensors, and unplug it further upstream, and then you get a whole new harness to put in, and Ford wants you to put that in a bag and send it back to them because they don't know why it's randomly popping up. So they want that harness section replaced, the temp sensor and the NOx sensors, and put everything back together, clear codes, fill everything up, and then basically the light's clear. Something wrong with the little sensor harness junction area. Little stupid silly things like that. We've had a couple water pump leaks, but most of the problems that we have on the new Explorers are not passenger Explorers. That was a passenger Explorer. Most of the problems that we have are all with the police cars. The police cars are coming in with check engine lights on, cruise control issues, battery energy control module issues, the hub actuators that go, the pass-through hub actuator that goes through the front of the oil pan leaking at that little 60-cent seal. We've got 5 of those right now where that all-wheel drive system's leaking. But the customer vehicles, we don't have them coming in here for those types of issues. We've done no real serious repairs on any of the new Explorer customer vehicles. It's all been the utility Ford stuff where they beat these things and rump on them every day, and excessive idling and stuff at times unless it's a hybrid system. So that's where most of the craziness has been. in the faults that I've found so far. I do sometimes nothing but weeks of nothing but Explorers and all cop cars, no passenger vehicles. So I hope this helps shed some light on what's going on. There has been some new recalls and stuff that have come out. Ford has the safety recall 21S28, and that was in the F150s where the EPAS system is locking up. They said there was like 217 vehicles affected by that, but we know how those studies go. Typically, as time passes, they find that 217 turns into 400, 500, 1,000, whatever it is. And with that EPAS system locking up, you basically lose function of controlling the vehicle going down the road because something was assembled incorrectly in the electronic power steering from the factory. So if you have a 21 F150, make sure you contact your local dealer and actually ask them if your VIN number is on the FSA VIN list listed. There's also a safety recall out on the F250s where the hub bolts are not torqued properly in the front and could possibly come off of the vehicle or loosen up and cause some kind of accident. So they want those pulled into the shop and torqued. I can get you campaign numbers and stuff on that, or TSB or recall numbers on that. And then there was also the recent drive shaft in the max tow option F150s where the circlip, it wasn't installed properly and the drive shafts could come apart and basically leave the vehicle in a state where you have to set the parking brake in order to get it to stop, because if you put it in park and the drive shaft has come apart, there's nothing to stop the vehicle from rolling unless you set the parking brake, and it's very dangerous. Also, if the drive shaft comes apart, it will slap around underneath the vehicle uncontrollably, whopping the bottom of the bed and everything else. It could do some damage. So it's a very serious situation. But these are some new things with Ford here recently, and just some talk about the Explorer. If there's any question you guys have, please reach out to me. I don't have a problem answering questions. I'm known to be pretty brutally honest on this channel. It's probably why Ford has called several times asking me to chill out, but it's what I do. So anyhow, thanks guys.